Welcome to the Break Vape podcast. I am your host, Tami Ernst. If you are an overwhelmed mom struggling to quit vaping after trying everything in your power to quit, then you are in the right place, mama. Each week on the show, we analyze stress, vaping, and addiction from a place of zero self-judgment so that you can build up the skills you need to ditch your vapes for good. Are you ready? Let's get to work. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. And if this is your first time joining us, welcome. And I am so glad that you are here so that you can learn how to ditch your vapes for good in a healthy way. The vape that you are holding right now was creatively manufactured and marketed by a billion-dollar industry to get you hooked and to keep you hooked on vaping. So when you can't just put it down, the vape is doing its job. It was intentionally designed to have you obsess over it. So most of the time, mustering up the courage to decide that you are going to quit one day without having a solid quit plan and a relapse plan in place will leave you digging your vapes out of the trash later on, because in this case, the creativity that you put into quitting doesn't even begin to compare to the creativity that was put into designing your vaping addiction. That is why I am constantly and at lightning speed, it seems like, coming up with creative skills and methods to teach you how to quit vaping for good. And I do this because quitting vaping is about so much more than quitting vaping. It is ultimately about loving yourself enough to become the best version of yourself by telling yourself that you are going to do what you set out to do and then doing it. Your brain loves that. A couple of weeks ago on episode 64, I laid out a tip and a trick for every single month of this year going forward for you to use to hold yourself accountable to quit vaping. I know that for many of you, quitting is a New Year's resolution that gets lost in the wash somewhere around March, and then the rest of the year is spent in a struggle. So this year, we are going to DSD, which stands for Do Something Different, all year long. And side note, a big thank you to whoever came up with that acronym. I first heard DSD and truly tried it on for myself from one of my favorite coaches, Amy Porterfield. So Amy, if you're listening, thanks girl. Okay, every month this year for the rest of the year, we're going to go over that month's tip and trick in detail so that developing skills and strategy around how to quit vaping stays fresh on your mind all year long. In January, I guided you through doing a cost-benefit analysis of how vaping shows up in every area of your life, from your energy levels to your relationships and finances. So if you haven't done that, make sure you go right back to episode 64 with a pen and paper and do that exercise after you wrap up with today's work. Now let's jump into February, the month of love. I think that February is a perfect time of year to focus on not just loving your partner or loving your kids or your family and your friends, although all of that is very important, but it is an excellent time to focus on loving yourself. Yes, I said it. We need to develop skills and strategies as a society to practice authentic self-love, not in a pretentious way that stems from being insecure. I'm talking about the kind of self-love that comes from a secure place where it feels calm, steady, and humble. I see so many amazing women come into my coaching practice that remind me of gorgeous geodes. I like to use the metaphor of a geode because on the outside, a geode just looks like a plain old rock, right? Nothing special about it. But on the inside, it's filled with gorgeous crystals that are valuable in so many ways. Let me ask you, when was the last time you thought of yourself as valuable? So many of us commonly just don't see how phenomenal you really are until we really do some deep work and you get to take a glance inside and see that you are filled with beauty, with healing properties, and good energy from which you can manifest even more goodness into your life. And let me just say that this does take work. I am not going to sugarcoat that, but after going through the hard stuff, all of that radiant self-love that I get to see in my clients' eyes is one of the most beautiful things in the world. And I want that for you. So here is how to get started, my beautiful geode friends. Your trick this month from episode 64 is to practice daily affirmations by standing in front of a mirror every single day to say these two things. I am stronger than my cravings. Say this out loud to yourself every day. Say it until you believe it. And number 2, I am worthy of a healthy life. Say that in the mirror day after day until you start to believe it. I want you to do this consistently every single day for 66 days. I know that sounds oddly specific. Why 66 days? Because that's about the average time that it takes for our brains to create a new habit. Research used to say that it was 21 days, and to stay current, it is now 66 days, which to me feels personally just about right. Are you ready for your bonus self-love tip and trick? Yes, that's right. We have a bonus, so get excited because this one will definitely set you up for success. Love yourself by doing this one thing. Stop procrastinating. Our brains love to put off the quote unquote hard stuff, but that is not serving you, and it is actually stressing you out more at the end of the day. I know it seems hard. If you have ever been a procrastinator like I have been, then you know what I'm talking about. So let's question what is actually hard about starting to do the thing that you need to do, whatever that may be. You may be wanting to earn more money, to lose weight, to be more present for your kids, to surprise your partner with that romantic thought you've been sitting on. Whatever it may be, for now, we're just going to use quitting vaping. Just know that procrastination simply stems from not wanting to experience negative emotions. Here are some questions I want you to think about and answer for yourself right now. What is actually going on in that beautiful brain of yours? Why are you avoiding quitting vaping? What are you fearful of? Are you afraid of being bored? Are you afraid that you will lash out at other people? Are you afraid of standing up to peer pressure or in being in a social situation without your vape? Are you afraid that you will try to quit and fail and then feel bad? How many of these questions did you say yes to? Maybe you have a combination of all of them. Now that you've explored the problem, let's explore some solutions. What skills can you learn to solve for what you want? What can you do to keep your hands, your mind, and your mouth busy when you're bored so that you don't give in to an urge? What pressure point on your body can you squeeze to activate relaxation when you're being triggered? What sentence do you have prepared and rehearsed for the next time someone offers you a vape and you decide to say no thanks? How are you going to drop all of your self-blame and shame so that the next time you try to quit vaping and give in, you won't beat yourself up? What other skills do you need to change your habits around vaping? Can you get a coach or a mentor who is on the other side of their vaping addiction to help you develop these skills? Who can you get to coach you? If you're choosing yourself, make sure that you remember what I'm about to say very clearly, okay? Coaches don't shy away from the shadows. We walk into them with our clients hand in hand with a lantern full of skills and a curiosity to help you see what's in there because we already see the light at the end of your tunnel. We already know that there are powerful crystals inside of that geode, okay? So if you are working solo, please know this for yourself and start solving from that angle of compassionate curiosity and confidence in creating the results that you want for yourself. And finally, I want you to be open to experiencing what you think will be negative emotions. And I want you to make an agreement with yourself and with someone else. It can be me or a friend. And you have to agree with them that you will learn how to create a quit plan, a relapse plan, and agree to a date where you stop procrastinating and start on your quitting journey, aka your quit date. You can do all of this. And if you do, I promise that you will be so much better equipped to handle vaping. Remember to do your affirmations for 66 days and to stop procrastinating for at least the rest of February so that you can start creating your self-love on a deeper level. Okay, my beautiful geode friends, that is it for this episode. I hope that it was so helpful, but don't leave here without planning to come back and listening to this episode again so that you can do the work that I guided you towards, okay? Because the work will not do itself and your vape-free future is on the other side of doing this work. You guys are the best. Come say hi to me on Instagram at Miss Quit Vaping. That's miss.quitvaping. Bye for now.
Thanks for tuning in today. If you like what was offered in today's show and want even more support, head over to www.breakvapes.com and schedule your free strategy session to discover exactly how my proven system can help you ditch your vapes for good. Bye for now.